Have you ever pondered the true essence of forgiveness and why it might be the key to liberating your soul from the shackles of past traumas? Forgiveness, a simple word, yet it carries a profound depth of meaning that is often misunderstood. It's not merely an act of pardoning someone for their transgressions, it's an intimate dance between the heart and the mind, a decision to let go of resentment and thoughts of revenge. It's a journey, not a destination, a course that requires courage, compassion, and most importantly, a profound sense of self-love. In the grand tapestry of life, we are bound to face trials and tribulations that leave scars on our hearts. These experiences shape us, they mold us, but they can also hold us back. The anger, the bitterness, the pain, they can become chains that bind us to the past, preventing us from truly living in the present, and more importantly, from imagining a brighter future. Yet there is a key that can unlock these chains, a key that can set us free. That key is forgiveness. But understand this, my friends, forgiveness is not about forgetting, nor is it about justifying the actions that caused the pain. It's about acknowledging the hurt, understanding the emotions, and then making a conscious decision to let go. It's about choosing peace over turmoil, love over hate, and acceptance over resentment. And remember, forgiveness is not just about others, it's also about forgiving ourselves. Life isn't a straightforward path, and we all make mistakes. We stumble, we fall, but in forgiving ourselves, we find the strength to rise again. We learn to embrace our imperfections and to acknowledge that the past does not define our future. It's a complex concept, this idea of forgiveness. It's an enigma, a puzzle waiting to be solved. But once we unlock its true essence, we can liberate our souls from the burdens of the past. We can heal, we can grow, and we can thrive. Now imagine the transformative power of forgiveness through the journey of a person named Alex. Meet Alex, a person with a heart burdened by past traumas and a mind filled with resentment. Picture a life woven with threads of anger, bitterness, and regret. This was the fabric of Alex's existence. His past experiences, far from pleasant, were a constant, nagging presence. His heart was a fortress, housing the guardians of resentment and rage aimed towards those who had wronged him. This was not a life lived. It was merely an existence, shrouded in the gloom of past traumas. Yet, there was a spark within Alex, an ember of hope that refused to be extinguished. He yearned for a life free from the chains of resentment, a life where he could breathe freely and truly live. This yearning became the seed that sprouted his journey towards forgiveness. The road to forgiveness is seldom a smooth one. It's a path filled with thorns of guilt, stones of regret, and puddles of self-doubt. Alex was no stranger to these obstacles. There were moments of sheer despair, moments when he wished to abandon this path and return to the familiar territory of resentment. But he persevered, driven by the promise of a life unshackled from the past. His first step was acknowledging his pain. He allowed himself to feel the hurt, the anger, and the bitterness. He accepted that these emotions were a part of his journey, not something to be suppressed or ignored. This acceptance was like a balm to his wounded soul, a soothing touch that began the process of healing. Next, he worked on understanding. He tried to comprehend the motivations and circumstances of those who had hurt him. This was not about excusing their actions, but about gaining perspective. It was about realizing that people are often prisoners of their own traumas, acting out in ways that hurt others. This understanding gave Alex the strength to separate the person from their actions, a crucial step towards forgiveness. Then came the hardest part, forgiving himself. He acknowledged his own mistakes, his role in the narrative of his life. He realized that he had been holding on to guilt, punishing himself for things he could not control. With a heart filled with compassion, he gave himself the forgiveness he had been denying for so long. This journey was not a quick one. It was a slow, painstaking process, filled with moments of self-doubt and despair. But it was also a journey of self-discovery, of understanding, and ultimately of healing. Alex found the strength to forgive, not for them, but for himself. He learned that forgiveness was not about forgetting the past, but about making peace with it. And so, Alex found the strength to forgive, not for them, but for himself, to heal and to find peace. With forgiveness, Alex's life began to change in ways he never imagined. Imagine a weight being lifted from your shoulders, the heavy burden of resentment and anger slowly evaporating into thin air. This is how Alex felt. His heart became lighter, his mind clearer, and his spirit brighter. His days were no longer tainted by the darkness of past mistakes or the bitterness of unhealed wounds. Instead, they were filled with a newfound sense of peace, a tranquility that came from accepting and letting go. Alex found a joy in living, a positivity that radiated from within him and touched all those around him. He discovered a resilience he didn't know he possessed, a strength born from the power of forgiveness. It was a transformation, a metamorphosis of sorts, that turned his pain into a catalyst for growth and self-discovery. Indeed, forgiveness had set Alex free. Alex's story is a testament to the transformative power of forgiveness. His journey from bitterness to peace, from self-condemnation to self-love, is a beacon of hope for us all. Forgiveness isn't merely a word, it's a profound act of love, a decision to let go of the past and embrace the future with open arms. It's about understanding that we are all flawed, that we all make mistakes, and that by absolving others and ourselves of these errors, we can make room for healing. It's that healing, that peace, that positivity, which forgiveness ushers in. It's like a warm, comforting light breaking through the darkest clouds, illuminating our path forward. And it's not just about forgiving others, but also forgiving ourselves. We must remember we are all human, and to err is human. So, are you ready to unlock the liberating power of forgiveness, just like Alex did?